Good morning. Today we are cleaning the Supra for the first time, giving it a pressure wash on the outside, and then there's rust in here like we showed you, so we'll try and do some evapor rust and some rust converter on that, but first we need to clean it. Before I clean it, I'm just going to plug up all these little holes with some tape or something, because that's where the trim piece obviously was. The whole freaking forest. Whole car's been pressure washed. Now I'm just going to go in and remove this little thing, I don't know, so we can get under it because there is a lot of debris under there. I'll show you. Another spot up here near the windowsill. And then this spot on this side. Going to do the same to this one. This one actually goes into the firewall and when pressure washed wets the carpet, so that's fun. So again, just preventative measures. We are going to get this fixed. Where the water is leaking into the boot update. It's just gonna sit on there for another hour or two. A little bit here, a little bit here. The paint doesn't matter, it's gonna be sanded back anyway. A little bit down here. See what that does. This pillar, of course, in here. A little bit up here, in there. I did put some on this just to see what happens. So they're pretty rusty, like just surface rust. This is drenched in it. A little bit on this pillar as well. See what that looks like. There was a tiny little bit here underneath the rubber. Tiny little dot there. And then this little surface bit where the paint's been off. We will see the glare. See how that goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it sit out. It says not to do it in the sun, but you know, it's overcast, so it's not as bad. But just let this sit. Oh yeah, and these bits are still working. Yeah, we'll just see what she does. I'm not too sure if I recorded, but there was a tiny bit up here on the targa. So I sprayed that as well. So it's been about 2 hours. I'm just gonna wipe, as I said, wipe it up with a slightly wet rag or some shit, dry rag, water. What's the rag anyway? So I'm just gonna wipe up this initial shit. And then go back in. That for another, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours. And reverse it back into the garage and see what it looks like. This already looks better. This is an improvement. The deeper rust spots, not so much, but the boot does look nicer. The rust prevention stuff from yesterday made the boot look 10 times better on all these little rust spots. This boot space, I'm just going to now do the rust converter spray, and I have resprayed all the body panel bits and this one again with the rust treatment just for another session, but these little ones I'm just going to spray up now. So I've sprayed that with that. This one down here, I've just sprayed this whole section, sprayed these two little bits up here, just sprayed this front bit, this bit, sprayed this tiny bit in here. This one's still working with the old one, that one's still working with the old one, and then I've just sprayed this one, and then of course all in the boot.
One eternity later.
So it's now a week or so later since I sprayed all the rust spots. That was not a permanent thing, that was just to keep it from, I don't know, degrading and just binding them. For the last week I treated myself to a tool. So now we have the sandy flappy disc, which is going to help me clean out all the rust spots. Because obviously manual labor is bloody tough on my neck, so we got this, and we're gonna go and sand down. So I was probably starting off with the A fillers, and then we'll see how we go. Ideally I would have a mask. I don't know where they've gone, so I don't know if you saw before, but I did start it and I kind of ruined the surprise. But this one is a bit worse. It's all the way through, which kind of sucks. That is what it is. So it does just seem pretty localized to this area, and by this area I mean this hole. It started pitting in here. So this one was also done. Luckily just a bit of surface rust, but it came out a lot further than expected. Did this corner as well, back to bare metal. Still a tiny bit of rust here. But also not penetrated, which is great. Started this one, it did come down to about here, but then getting up in here, I'll figure that out. I don't want to destroy the seal, so we'll wait on that one. This one I barely touched. As you can see, it's still covered in shit. But that one is also through the pillar, which kind of sucks. And then these guys, I gotta find a long pointy thing just to clean the inside, but this one obviously goes through to the firewall, and then this side is just, yeah. Just gonna clean it up and then respray it, and then that'll hold off until we get welded. But yeah, she's a bit ugly. I also won't be doing the boot stuff until I get a mask, because I don't want to be bending in there with all the shit. So after I've sanded this back, it is dimpled like the other side. Sanded back as much as I could find, just sealing it up with some Penetrol this time. We've run out of the other one. This one, like I said, we'll get to it, so I'm just going to respray it. Just going to put that on that. It'll eat away at whatever's left, and then we'll put the protectant coat on it.